Welcome to the September 2024 Las Vegas Real Estate Report. In this video, I'm going to cover the August key housing stats, talk about inventory increasing. Yes, finally, we're starting to see some movement downward in the month of September for interest rates. We'll talk about that 50 basis point cut that the Fed met yesterday and announced a 0.5 cut to the Fed rate, and we'll discuss how that impacts interest rates. It's not the only thing that does. And new home builder incentives, opportunities if you're thinking of buying, selling, or both. My name's Dan O'Brien, along with my partner, Cosmo Morabbi. Please subscribe here on YouTube if you're not already. We have a great team of local experienced experts covering all parts of the Valley. Make sure you reach out to whoever sent this video to you for all your real estate needs here in the Las Vegas Valley. Let's dive in. Home prices actually came down for the first time since January. We've had a trend, I'll show you that in a moment, of prices increasing every month except for August. It was $480 in July, and we were at $476,875 for the month of August. Again, I'm just reporting on single-family homes. You can check out the condo stats here and townhomes if you're interested. That's up, though, 6% year over year. Also trending up, everything was trending up in August as far as the number of units sold compared to last year at this time, 2138. New listings up almost 19.5%, 19.4%. That's good news because there's a little bit more, if you're thinking of buying, on the market at the moment. At the end of August, there were 5,268 single-family homes on the market without an offer. That's up almost 36% year over year. Here is a chart. I've been tracking it since last year just to give you the visual of what has happened since January of 2023 with median sales prices for single family. And you can see we started out the previous year, the first quarter stayed flat at 425. And then you can see we had some movement. We had a little dip here in June. It was pretty flat for the rest of the year. Pretty much staying right around 450. Then we started January with a slight downward trend to 445. And you can see that we've done nothing but move up, a slight movement here between May and June, popped up to 480, which almost hit the historical high, which was 482, which we had back in 2021. So now we're here, we sit at 476,875. All right, let's talk a little bit about interest rates, right? So the main thing, and if you really are interested in tracking how the mortgage industry moves its rates around, it's certainly not just tied to the Fed rate, okay? Because this was the article on Wednesday, the 18th, right after Jerome Powell and the team met, the Fed met, and they announced a 0.5 point of 50 basis points reduction to the Fed rate. And here's the headline from Mortgage News Daily, mortgagenewsdaily.com. Highly recommended if you're into tracking the numbers and what makes things move, the interest rates move. Yes, mortgage rates really did move higher after the Fed rate cut. And in a nutshell, it's because that rate can impact what's happening to the mortgage industry, but the mortgage interest rates are looking at a lot of things, and they had already made the adjustments, and I can show you right here. So you can see that we've had nothing but since the beginning of September. Everyone was feeling like there was going to be some, maybe 25 basis points, maybe 50. So you can see rates have been ticking down. I'm just looking at 30-year fixed conventional, 6.4. On the 3rd of September, we got down to 6.11. There was a slight adjustment on the 12th. They continued to trend down, down, down. Here they were at the lowest that we've seen all month, 6.11. This is the interest rate surveyed by lenders across the country without charging any points. And then here comes the rate. The Fed meets on the 18th, and here we are on the 19th as I record this video, and they've moved up a bit. So we went from 6.11 to 6.15 to 6.17. A lot of people have misinformation thinking that Fed rate means a direct change in the interest rates, and it's not. It's a factor. It has to do with the bonds, the T-bills, what's going on in the market, plus what's happening in all the other economic reports that are coming out. So bottom line, they're still great rates that we're having. We're right around 6.17 or so, with the FHA and VA being almost a 0.5 point lower than that, all right? So a lot of the things I'm reading are basically here. We'll just say right here, here's the kicker. Nothing about today's means much of anything, meaning the 50 basis points, that adjustment from the Fed meeting. There's probably a slightly bigger risk that recent rate lows represent something of a floor until economic data makes a case that rates should go lower, but there's never any way of knowing exactly what rates will do in the future. And if you don't believe it, they're saying, well, after today, just believe it. Okay, so the bottom line is it's very possible we'll kind of hang here for the rest of the year in the sixes, or maybe dip a little bit lower. It all depends on what happens with the jobs report, the economic data, and what the Fed does in November. So that's just a little bit on where we are with rates. So let's talk about where some new build opportunities are. And we continue to have several large builders, national builders, offering incentives, particularly on their standing inventory or their homes that are under construction. We call those spec homes, meaning they've already selected all the upgrades, they've got the pricing, but there are some amazing deals out there if you're ready to move in by the end of the year. So everything from 2-1, 3-1 buy downs. There's examples here where here's an example where your rate would be 1.99. You have to qualify at the 4.99, but this would be your rate for the first year, then 2.9, then 3.99, then 4.99 for the rest. There's just all types of great things out there. I was just out at a property yesterday where you could get a 4.5% fixed rate for homes through Pulte. So there are definitely opportunities. Several builders have a lot of homes to choose from right now, and they're going to want to get those sold by the end of the year. It's not across the board. Not every builder is offering great incentives. They all have some kind of incentives. Some of them just have bigger incentives because they have homes that they need to get sold. So again, if you're thinking of buying, I just mentioned new builds where you can take a look, call us, and we know where all the deals are. And then inventory is increasing slightly. There's still some control from the buyers, except for homes that are put on the market that are in great shape, meaning they're older homes that have maybe been renovated or modernized, and they look good and they're priced well. Those homes can have multiple offers on them. It's been like that all year. The ones that are sitting on the market, we're seeing 90 days, 120 days, are homes that are older that haven't been updated, and people generally just don't want to deal with all the renovations. There are opportunities in those homes to let us negotiate for you to get incentives, perhaps get a lower price, etc. Okay, and until we shift to a market where there are lots more homes on the market and a very much increase in demand. Demand is more people are jumping back into the market. But when we get to more people, which might be beginning of the year, if you're waiting for interest rates to come down, then just consider that when the interest rates come down further, more competition is going to be out there, and now you won't have the opportunities that we currently have right now. Okay, again, a lot to consider. The best thing is to reach out and speak to one of us here to help go over what your personal situation is, and we can help figure out what is your best strategy, whether you should buy now, buy later, or if you're thinking of selling a home. We're working with a lot of people right now who have decided to put their home on the market and take advantage of opportunities that are out there right now to buy, as I just mentioned. So you can certainly wait until the interest rates decrease if you're thinking of selling. Just remember, you might get more. It might be great when you're selling your home to get lots of offers, and that is a great place to be. But if you take your seller hat off now and you're ready to go buy, you're going to be in that situation, just like all the buyers that were on your home, where you're competing and having more competition and maybe a bit more of a bidding war. So you can't have the best of both worlds. There's no way that you can always sell high and buy low. One of them has to give. Again, reach out. We can talk to you about what gets you a market analysis, let you know what's happening in the market right now. Take a look at what's out there for you before you think about selling your home. We do that a lot. We will work with folks to, let's go look at the market. Let's even go look at some homes so you can make a good decision for yourself. All right. That is it for this month of August. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, and we'll see you next month and see what's happening with the inventory, the rates, and all the key housing stats here in the Las Vegas Valley.